Hello guys and welcome, it is ThatSrb2DUDE here today bringing you yet another Splatoon 2 video. Now let's just get straight into it. The other day somebody had asked me on my stream, do I press the Y button when I am playing Splatoon 2? This is because when I lock onto targets like this, it kind of looks like maybe I'm pressing the Y button or doing Y positioning and that's what the term is apparently called, but I'm here to tell you today that I never use this feature. I never press camera reset when I'm playing Splatoon 2. Now, the reason for why I'm making this video is to explain why you should not do this when you are playing Splatoon 2 in the first place. Now, the first reason for why you should never do this is because you give yourself a slight bit of delay when you're using the left stick. Now, this is the directional stick, not the camera stick, the directional stick. Just this one. Now this is very important, especially for motion controls players, because when using the left stick, you're using this to help yourself aim as well. Now let's use the Y positioning method on all of these targets right here, which is also going to lead into my next point for why you should never do this. Now I'm going to start off with this target, then I'm going to go to this target, and then I'm going to go to this target. And then you're going to see somewhat that there's a slight delay when I am trying to aim, and you're going to probably notice that my aim is somewhat all over the place when I'm trying as hard as I can to actually aim at the target. Now, I'm going to shoot in this direction. Going to target onto the first character. Oh my god. Second one. Next one. Okay, there we go. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you notice that my aim was kind of wishing around, it's because when you press the Y button, you will notice that your crosshair is forced to look at a certain area for just under a second, like half a second or 3/4 of a second, but somewhere around that region. It's really close, but you'll notice that your crosshair is forced to look at this area, and you have some sort of immobilization of your left stick, especially when you're moving in general, because let's say I'm moving here, you can kind of notice that my inkling kind of just does a really weird turn and just kind of turns in a weird direction. Like, let's say if we're trying to do a 180 turn, I'm going to be walking backwards, and if I press the Y button, I'm going to look in the direction of where my inkling's looking. And from that, as soon as I press the Y button, I'm going to have to press forward. Now, I'm going to do this as fast as I can, and you're going to notice that my inkling's going to walk backwards the other way. Or it does a turn like that. That's not supposed to be happening. Now, let's put in the argument of if you're to continue holding the backwards button, like this one, just continue holding it as you press Y. Now, what's going to happen is that my inkling's going to turn left or right without me pressing left or right. I'm just going to go left or right because my left stick is going to be delayed because my crosshair is forcing myself to look in one direction. So let me show you. I'm holding backwards. I'm going to press the Y button. I turned left. I turned left. That's not supposed to happen. So those examples pretty much show why you should not use the Y button when you're playing Splatoon, especially if you're using motion controls. So here's the second reason. If you come to a situation where you're looking at two targets that are above you or below you. In the test arena, you can see there's two targets above me right here. You can't use Y positioning on these people because your crosshair is forced to always one level. Your crosshair will always be forced to go down at this one level. This is not optimal. If you think Y positioning is going to be a thing where it's going to help you hit this target and this target, let's try to use Y positioning on both of them. So I'm looking at this guy. Okay. I'm going to do it for the next guy now. Alright. So what was the point of that? You see the amount of time I'm losing. I'm targeting one level first. I'm targeting like my head level. Then I have to look up. Now, if I want to look at the other guy, I have to do the same thing. So I'm already looking up, but I have to press backwards and then Y. You saw there, my inkling just started to run to the left for some reason. But my crosshair is going to be forced to this position. Then I have to look up again. Now, it doesn't make any sense. I could just do this. That's it. Do you see how much faster that is? It's just simple aiming. I'm coming up to someone, I look up, I look to the left. Y positioning is not going to position my crosshair up there because that doesn't make any sense. Now, here's the last reason. Now, this kind of applies to motion control players as well, But here's the last reason for why it may be a thing, why you shouldn't do it. So, as you've seen, if you've seen my motion control video in the way of how you hold your controller in the first place. So let's say that you hold your controller a certain way. Here's the two pictures that you may hold it. In the truck driver position, like you tend to hold it, basically when the Nintendo Switch is flat, or the upwards, like, I guess, crane position. These pictures should display both of them right here, just so you guys know what I'm talking about. But let's say you hold it in any of those ways. So as you're just, you know, casually playing the game with motion controls and such, like, if you press the Y button, you're going to mess all of this up. You're going to mess all of this up. So if you press Y as you're holding the controller downwards about just a little bit because you're looking downwards, then you're going to mess that up. You're going to mess the way that you play the game normally. So it's going to be a continuous thing where you're going to constantly press the Y button to actually reposition how you're trying to play in the first place, which is not optimal. You should only have to press the Y button if your camera flips up, which is something that does happen with motion controls rarely. It doesn't happen every time, but if your camera moves into a place where it's just really, really awkward and it just kind of messes the way of how you prefer to play Splatoon, then you're going to have to continuously press the Y button to reposition it back into the same place. And if you're doing it while playing, you're going to have to do it again because you want to play Splatoon in the controller holding method that you choose. Continuously pressing the Y button is going to mess all of that up. So let's say if you play this game with sticks, is this helpful for you? I'm going to tell you now, no, it's not. Because the same thing happens. You can see there's a slight delay when you are playing in the first place, if you press the Y button. Will it help you to turn faster? Maybe. I can agree with that, because you know what? It would. But the thing is, you're still going to get that delay. But let's be honest here. Do you really think, with sticks, you're going to be this accurate to hit your targets and be very, very consistent by pressing the Y button? As I said before, you're going to get some delay lag in the left stick, which is actually trying to help you to aim. And while you're trying to press the Y button to position yourself to look at these targets, do you think you're going to have the time to adjust your aim to aim at these targets? So I'm going to demonstrate Y positioning using sticks for you right now, and this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be a lot of, I guess, repositioning of my right stick, because the crosshair is forcing itself to look at a certain position, and my aim is going to be very, very squarely. So here we go. So I'm going to shoot. Like, I'm pressing my left stick in the direction of where I think the targets are. Or where, I mean, I know where the targets are, but I'm pushing my left stick in the direction of where the targets may be, but still, it's not snapping onto it. It's not snapping onto it correctly, because as you saw right there, as I pushed backwards, my inkling continues to move because my inkling's trying to follow where the crosshair actually is. Here's another example. Look at this one right here. This is not consistent. I'm just going to tell you guys now, this is not consistent. Do you really think you can do Y positioning with these things, even if you use sticks? No? This is silly. Even with sticks, this is faster. Even with sticks, this is faster. Look. Just turn the aim up. Just turn left and right. That's left and right movement. Y positioning does not work with these targets. Now, some people may think that this is maybe the optimal way to play with sticks, but in my honest opinion, I don't even think you should use sticks in the first place. I just think you should use motion controls because you can do the quick turns and snapping onto targets so easily with motion controls. So this is just my opinion. If you really think Y positioning is just that overpowered for sticks, and this is the way you want to quick turn, then I don't think it's the method that you should pick. I'm just saying, I don't think you should do it. If you really want to learn how to quick turn, I suggest that you switch over to motion controls because you'll be able to quick turn no problem, and you'll be able to snap onto targets accurately in split seconds. Not in seconds, split seconds. You won't be targeting enemies like this. Or like this. you'll be targeting enemies with motion like this. And I'm not even pressing the Y button. Like, look how fast I'm able to snap onto the target. Like this. So pretty much, that is my video. This is pretty much why you should never press the Y button when you're playing this game. For those reasons said. And I don't pretty much have anything else to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys understand for why you don't do it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, please like, favorite, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch, both in the description below. Do it for both of you for feeling generous. And as always, guys, this has been ThatSrb2DUDE, and I shall see you guys in a future video.